Hello, everybody. I'm Shannon Stewart, and I'm coming at you live with my 2 cents. My 2 cents. Today, we're going to talk about parties. Parties, my friends. Do you see that? Let me show you this. This was the very first Paisley that I ever earned, and I have 6 of these beauties. This was my very first one, and it was for July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017 in total parties for the year. Now you guys remember, this was back before live selling. This was where I was literally going into people's homes and doing home parties. 109 home parties. No live selling. I wasn't doing Facebook parties. In-person home parties, okay? And yes, some vendor events in there too. But this was we go in the Wayback Machine to do this. This is 2017. And why did I show you that? Because I want you guys to know I am a credible person when I'm talking about home parties. When I talk about home parties with you guys, they're not dead. I have a home party a week from this Friday, as a matter of fact. I'm very excited about it because I haven't done a home party in a while because people just want to come down here and they want to shop with me. And yes, I made those on my 3D printer. Those are fun things that I do. Hi, Paige. I can see you in here. I don't know if I'll be able to see comments or anything, but you guys, I will say hello if I see you come in. Let's talk about parties. Have you yourself booked a party? Because if you don't know where to start and you're like, you know what, I think I would like to do some parties. First thing I would say is book your own party. Invite your friends and family over. And I always say friends and family are the worst people to support you. However, if it's in your house and you say, just come over, you guys, I want to practice, okay? They're your practice people, okay? Because you're going to mess up. You're going to say something silly. Your sister's going to laugh at you and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just said that. But you know what? Get it out of your system now. And then when you go to the actual home party and you mess up, those people don't know. And you're sitting there thinking in your head like, oh my gosh, my sister would have so laughed at me just now. It's all good. So I'm going to say we're going to start out with you're going to book your own party, okay? You're going to invite all your friends and family over. And like 4 of them are going to show up because that's how they support us, right? And from there, you're going to say, okay, who's going to book a party with me, you guys? I need to know. You guys are my friends and family. I really, really, really need for at least one of you to book a party, okay? And maybe you're not going to say it like that. Maybe you're going to say it like you're going to practice, okay? And darn it, I forgot to bring my envelopes out here. You're going to say your sister-in-law is going to buy something from you. I want you guys to practice how you're going to do it at a home party. You're going to say to your sister-in-law, thank you so much, Angie, for your purchase. I appreciate you shopping with me. Did you get everything you wanted? And she's going to go, no, your brother would kill me if I did that. You'd be like, yeah, he would. So tell me, what was something that you saw on the website that you really, really wanted to get? And she's going to be like, oh, I really loved that Crackle simmering light. But I can't right now. You know, we're into all the summer sports. The kids are busy at camps. But you know what? Fall is coming. I really love fall stuff. Why? Do you have more fall stuff coming? And you'd be like, girl, let's get a party booked. And then you can invite all your girlies over, have your friends come over, and you'll get free and half price stuff. And then she's like, wait, your brother's not going to kill me? No, my brother's not going to kill you. My brother's going to be so thankful that you supported his sister so that he doesn't have to pass out samples at his work anymore for me. She's going to book a party, you guys, because fall is coming and people love fall. They love fall. You guys, if you're not doing vendor events, now is the time to start booking your fall parties because people are going to be excited for their house to smell like pumpkins and apple pie, blueberry cobbler, and then they're going to be ready for rustling leaves and they're going to be ready for pine smells and I don't know, whatever, all those good fall and winter smells that we've had in the past. They're going to be ready for them, right? So I want you to do this. I want you, if you have not booked a party or you don't have a party in your books right now, I want you to plan your party. And it can be open house style. You can do it how you want. If it were me, though, I would definitely be booking an official party so that you can practice. These are your people. They are going to make fun of you when you mess up, but who cares? Get it out of your system. Okay, so you're going to come into the party just like you would a party with strangers that you don't know. You're going to walk into that party and you're going to talk about sprinkles. You're going to talk to them about diffuser oils. You are not taking every product that we have, because they're going to have an iPad or they're going to have a cell phone. You're either going to connect it to the TV or you're going to have them follow along on their phones, which is great, because if they follow along on their phones, then they're going to register as a customer and they're going to get all of the Pink Zebra notifications. This is where it gets good, because then they're going to start seeing things and they're going to be like, what is this? This is so cute. I need one of these in my life. Oh my gosh, I cannot live without this. And you're going to be like, I know. Let's book a party. Okay, you guys, it is that simple. It is you having a conversation. And then I want you to remember, you need to be ready for people to say, yeah, I want to book a party. Don't be like, okay, well, let's get together and get our calendars and we'll figure it out in a week. No, time is of the essence. You need to strike while the iron is hot. So we're going to pretend this is my envelope. I take envelopes with me. And on each envelope, there are 7 envelopes, Monday through Sunday, Sunday through Monday, whatever you want to say. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, all days of the week. Each envelope is its own day of the week. I have trained on this for years, you guys, for years. And I've got 3 of number 1 in parties, so I know what I'm talking about. If you have these envelopes, on the front of the envelope, let's pull out our calendar right now. We're going to pretend like we're doing these together, okay? We're going to make our envelopes. Okay, so you're looking at your calendar, and we're going to start booking. You need to give yourself at least 2 weeks, okay? So we're going to say July 27th, there's a party. We're going to say wait, what is today? Today's the 14th. Okay, well, let's just start in August. August 3rd, that's your Monday. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Any of those days that you want to book, write it on the day of the week. Okay. And I'm telling you, if you are willing to do weekday parties, there are people who, especially come August, y'all, listen to me. Okay. There's a lot of father-sons that are playing football and dad's helping coach and dad's one of the referees on the sidelines or whatever. And they've got football practice on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights. Okay. And mom will say, oh, I can book a party, but wait, how long is the party going to last? Oh my gosh, it's less than 2 hours. We're in and out. We're having, if your friends want to stay and linger, that's fine. But if you want me out of your house in 2 hours, I can be in and out in 2 hours. And she'll be like, okay, let's book it on Tuesday, August 4th. Okay. Hear me out. Now, your sister-in-law, Angie, just booked a party with you on Tuesday, August 4th, because you had the envelope ready and you had the date. And now you got to write on there, book, or scratch out the 4th so you don't go to the next party and book on the 4th, okay? But be ready, and I can take pictures of these envelopes and do better training on just the envelope system later. But if you get the gist, say, I get it, post an emoji of an envelope. I get what you're saying, Shannon, so I know you're following along with me. If you have those envelopes ready and you have dates ready, you're going to have empty pieces of paper in there. You're going to pull out that piece of paper and you're going to write, Angie, August 4th. Angie, what time do you want to do it? Okay, the boys leave the house around 5:30. So I could have you here right at 5:30 and we'll start the party right at 6. Does that work for you? And you're going to be like, of course it does. So you're going to write down, arrive at 5:30, party starts at 6. That gives you 30 minutes to set up your display. 30 minutes is way more than enough time for you to set up a display at a home party, because what are you going to take? Well, you're going to take a blend dash, of course. If you don't have an official blend dash, you're going to take 8, 10, maybe 12 cartons. You're going to take blending bags to cover all those cartons. Okay. You're going to take a simmering light, a simmer pot. You're going to take a diffuser oil, maybe one of our ultrasonic aroma diffusers, just like you're not taking stock to sell, because they're going to then go pull up Angie's party link. That you got to show Angie. You're going to have Angie pull out her phone and she's going to set up her party link right there. And you're going to show her how to copy it, and she's going to save it in a file, or she's going to save it somewhere. And then you're going to have to call her later because she's going to freak out and go, I can't find my party link. So you're going to have to show her how to do it again. Okay. So be prepared to know how to show her how to walk through. It's like you're training a new consultant, you guys, because potentially you are. Okay. So Angie's setting up her party link. You're going to write down her party number just for your reference. I like to do that because I want to know. That way, if we go back on it, or if, say, for example, a customer places an order and it didn't go in, you can call customer service and say, hey, my hostess Angie booked a party and her friend Sheila placed an order. It didn't go. Here's the party number. That way Angie and Sheila aren't having to do all of this. You can call. Tanisha's going to answer the phone. She's going to take good care of you, right? Okay, or KP or whoever else answers the phone. Okay, so you've taught Angie how to make a party. You've booked your party with Angie. And now you say, Angie, what are some of your favorite fragrances? Or, hey, let's look at the blend bashes that are available. Maybe you do just want to order the blend bash and take that. Okay? Because remember, guys, you're going to get some free stuff in there. And you're going to be able to do giveaways. You're going to say like, hey, Angie, if we have 10 people show up to your party, I'm going to give away a diffuser oil. If from those 10 people, each person buys 3 blending bags, why? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Because the blend bash covers 30 bags of sprinkles. So if 10 people come and each buy 3 bags, you sell out of your blend bash. Okay, following me. Whatever else you get in there for free, you can be like, I can either raffle it off to one of the 10 and give her the diffuser oil. Say, Angie, if 10 people come, I'm going to give you the diffuser oil. Raffle off whatever it is, the simmer pot, simmering light, whatever. Raffle it off to one of the 10. That's exactly how I have always done. I've always raffled off something. Okay, give the hostess one thing, raffle off something. That way people are like, and we haven't even bought anything and she's already given Angie a free present. You got to give your hostess a little present, guys. Give them a little present. And if you're doing it out of the blend bash, that was free anyway. It was a freebie. Okay, so now you're there. Angie's friends are there, and she did have 10 show up. Okay, sometimes only 3 are going to show up, so don't feel bad if that happens because it's happened to the best of us, okay? So what she does, if that happens, if only 3 people shows up, Angie's going to text some of those heifers that said they were coming that didn't come, and she's going to be like snapping pictures, or she's going to FaceTime call them and say, okay, what 3 bags do you want? She's going to be your salesperson because she knows her friends. So she's going to help you sell these sprinkles so that you're going to have a good party sale, okay? But then somebody's going to say, well, I really want a simmering light. I didn't win one in the raffle. I need one. Of course you do, girl. We're going to go to Angie's party link and we're going to place an order, and you're going to remind them anything over $60 gets some free shipping, right? So they're going to get free shipping. Angie's got another $60 in rewards, right? Now remember, guys, you are going to want to order that blend bash under Angie's party so she gets credit for it, okay? Because that goes towards her hostess rewards, okay? And I know some of you are like, yeah, but what if Angie doesn't sell it? Okay, then here's another scenario you can do. You create the party in your name. You write down the party link so you know that's Angie's party. You order the blend bash under Angie's party number. And then if something happens and nothing sells, that's $309 in a party under your name. Okay, so that's 2 different scenarios you can take on this. And I like to give you 2 different ways that you can do it, okay? Whatever you're comfortable with. I like showing them how to create a party now, because then further down the road, Angie might go, so some of my friends want to reorder, but we can't get together. Can I just go in there and do one of those party things and text it to them? Yeah, you sure can. Yes, you can, Angie. Thank you so much. So at checkout, and when you're talking to everybody, you're going to say, again, just like you did Angie, how'd you get Angie? How did you fish for Angie to book a party? Did you buy everything? Did you get everything you wanted today? No! Their answer is always going to be no. And that's where you say, would you like to, I mean, this was pretty easy, right? I mean, like, I didn't take over her whole house. I'm in and out in 2 hours. What do you think? Should we get a blend bash booked for you? When, keyword here, when would you like to book your blend bash? You literally have to ask every single person in the room, every one of them, okay? This is a fun party, you guys. You're just hanging out with friends. You're telling them about Pink Zebra. Maybe you take a hand soap that you have and you put it in the bathroom. And that way everybody that goes to the bathroom, that's not a filthy animal, wash your hands, filthy animal, is going to wash their hands, and they're going to use the Pink Zebra hand soap. And that's like your tester that you're going to take to all your parties. And then so you're going to be able to say, hey, who washed their hands in the bathroom? You'd be like, I saw her go in. She didn't raise her hand. She didn't wash her hands. Nasty. Just kidding. You're going to say, what'd you think of the hand soap? Isn't that great? Your hands aren't burning. They're not drying out. Your hands feel great, right? Maybe you'll even take one of our lotions, or maybe you'll have the lotion in that moment to say, here, guys, pass around the lotion. Try it out. You're letting them sample the product. You're letting them see it. You're letting them feel it. They're like, wow, this is amazing. I take a sample lotion to every vendor event and every home party with me. And when the first person sprays it, they're like, whoa, I did not expect that. That's amazing. And I tell them, I like to do that part early on, because then they're sitting there the whole time and they're like, wow, this is really good. It's kind of amazing. And I'm like, and when you do start to help them with their checkout, when they're checking out online and you're talking to them, you're like, hey, how'd you like that lotion? Girl, you need to get $60. You get free shipping. Okay, let's go look at those lotions. Come on, let me help you. You gotta kind of take charge and help and encourage them. You're upselling without being salesy, because you're reminding them of that lotion that they just tried out. So they've got a simmer pot, they've got a bag of sprinkles. They bought a bag of sprinkles here at the party with the Blend Bash, and now they're a little bit short on their, because they bought the basic simmer pot and they just got one bag of sprinkles. So they're a little bit short on their $60. And you're like, girl, you're going to either spend it on shipping or you're going to buy a product. Get one of those. Like, treat yourself, girl, right? We need to get you some of that lotion. And she's going to be like, ooh, you're right. And then she's going to just be like, thank you. You're the best, right? You're the most amazing person on the planet because you did your job. You did your job. That's all you did. You just did your job. Okay. So maybe you're going to also take either a deodorizer or a room spray, and you're going to have that in the bathroom, and they get to give that a little try. Tester. Okay. And you guys, not everybody is going to go in the bathroom and spray the room spray. So it's not like you have to take one to every party new. No, you just you're sharing the products strategically. Okay. So of course you're going to have the Blend Bash front and center. That's going to be the main focal point. Sprinkles are always our main selling thing. Then you're going to have somebody that's like, I don't use wax in my house. I only use diffusers. And you're going to be like, bam, we got diffuser oils. We got diffusers. We got you, girl. How do you like it? Reeds or ultrasonic? This is how we do it. You guys, you have to be fun and you have to be ready for that one nasty person that comes to the party that's going to talk smack about our products, that's going to be hating on everything. And then she's the one that ends up booking a party, because you're going to tell her no sulfates, phthalates, parabens, no hormone disruptors. Did you guys know that we use special products in the making of our products to make sure that you don't get your skin dried out? Everything is pH balanced to your skin. Anything that goes on your skin is pH balanced to your skin. And did you know that when you go to the store, they're not that way? Did you know that we use special properties in place of things with sulfates that are still going to cause a lather, like in our hand soap and our body wash, that are not going to dry you out or cause problems down the road with you? Yeah, I mean, like, if you are knowledgeable on our products and you're able to share these things, I'm telling you, people are going to book parties with you, because they're going to be like, I know her now, I like her now, and I trust her. I trust the things that she's teaching me and telling me, because these are all teachable moments, because people don't know until they know. And typically, if your sister-in-law Angie is booking a party with you, odds are most of her friends and family don't know about Pink Zebra yet. Even though we are almost 15 years old, people still don't know. We are not a household name, and we need to change that. And I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like booking home parties is a way to become a household name. You guys don't have to take dish soap with you or multi-purpose cleaner, because we're not going to clean Angie's dishes or her house while we're there. But you could drop that and say, oh, to the nasty one that doesn't want to use wax and loves now the idea of the diffuser oil. By the way, we also have multi-purpose cleaner, wipes, and dish soap. So we'll keep you safe in the kitchen too. And have you seen our insect repellent that's safe for babies and safe for your pets? That's right. Y'all, 4th of July, your girl took insect repellent. My sister-in-law, Angie, which is why I'm picking on Angie as the sister-in-law. My sister-in-law, Angie, goes, where did you get that? That smells really good. I was like, 14 years I've been selling this. Heifer has never bought a single thing from me. I tell you, friends and family, they're the worst. I said, Pink Zebra? And she goes, yeah, where'd you get it? I feel like I was in the Twilight Zone. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I said, Angie, I sell this. And she goes, that smells really good. She continued to use her stuff that she bought at Walmart or Dollar General or probably the Dollar Tree, knowing her. She's cheap. Guess who got bit up and guess who didn't? She was sitting right next to me. She got bit up. I didn't. My son was sitting behind me. He used my insect repellent too. Of course he did, because he only uses Pink Zebra. He didn't get bit up. Pete was sitting behind me. He used it. He didn't get bit up. Guess who got bit up? Angie, who used her junk. It was probably laden full of chemicals. So I'm telling you guys, you need to talk about all of our products, but you don't have to necessarily take them all. And feel free to share my Angie story about how Angie bought the junk. You don't have to say she bought junk. You could say she purchased a different style and brand, and she got bit. She was literally smacking them all through the fireworks. I was like, I mean, a nice sister-in-law would have said, would you like to use mine so that you don't get bit up? But I'm not that nice. She's not nice. I'm not nice. Pete knows. You can tell him. I don't care. He'll tell you. She's right. But I'm just telling you guys that have these kind of stories ready to share so that people can hear about our products. And you know what? They might not believe your stories. They might say, she's just here to sell it. But then they'll try it. I had a lady that tried our insect repellent. She had a grandbaby on the way. And I said to her, this is going to be safe for the grandbaby. I said, now, I wouldn't spray it directly on the baby. Spray it on your hands and rub it all over them. That way they're not getting in their eyes. Because, overspray, right? This is all she uses now. She's got pets and she's got lots of grandbabies now. That was her first one years ago when we came out with this. It's all she uses. She tells literally everybody about our insect repellent. It's the only thing she takes. She buys it for her kids, for their kids. She has it at her house when they all come over to her house and they're outside playing. That's a story that you guys can tell. That's a testimonial. Start getting testimonials from your customers so that you can share those testimonials at parties. And if you can get somebody to give you a video testimonial, even better, because then you can pull it up and be like, here, this is not a consultant telling you this. This is a customer of mine that shared this testimonial. Okay? These are things that you can share at the home party. But I'm telling you, you have to ask every person. Don't just beam in on one and say, I'm going to get her. No, you have to ask everybody. Because when I first started doing this, I didn't know. I was just, I would randomly ask people like, would you like to book a party? Like, I didn't know how to say it. So I'm telling you guys, you have to say, when would you like to book a party? And you have to ask everybody. Because at this particular party, I didn't ask everybody. And the one lady that I didn't ask, she goes, why didn't you ask me if I wanted to book a party? Maybe I wanted to book a party. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I go, I don't know why I didn't ask you. I go, I'm kind of new and it's kind of random. And she goes, maybe you should have asked me. And I go, would you like to book a party? And she goes, no. Now, was she just being a jerk? Maybe. I don't know, but I'll never know because she never booked a party and I never saw her again. So did I hurt her feelings? Maybe. I didn't mean to. It wasn't intentional. So here's how I have corrected that over the years. When I'm at a party, I introduce myself. Hi, I'm Shannon Stewart, your Pink Zebra Independent Consultant. Today we're going to have some fun. I'm going to teach you guys some educational things about Pink Zebra, but we're going to play in sprinkles. I said, but here's one thing that I want you to all know up front ahead of time. I am going to invite each and every one of you to have your own Pink Zebra experience. And we're going to get you booked. Okay. I'm going to invite each and every one of you. Invite. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to tell you you're going to have a party. I'm going to invite you to have your own experience. When you say it like that, they know ahead of time that you're going to ask them. And here's what you have to say. If I don't invite you to have a Pink Zebra experience with me, you get a free bag of sprinkles or you get a free diffuser oil or whatever you want to give to them. Okay. In almost 14 years, I've given away 2 free bags of sprinkles, and they were jars at the time. That's how long ago it was, okay? One was here. I had a huge party. There were probably 30 people here at my house, and Kelly Gaines was here, and Andrea Garrison was here, and Brittany and Sherry, who used to work at home office, all flew from Texas here. So I was super nervous. I was super excited. They were at my house. I was doing a party. I was showing them how I did a party. And out of all the people, I forgot to ask one person. I forgot to invite one person. And she busted me on it. And I was like, oh, Chrissy, at least I remember her name. I don't remember the other girl's name, but I do remember it was at my friend Missy's party that I forgot. So 2 people in almost 14 years that I have forgotten to invite to have a Pink Zebra experience with me. And when you say it like that, it doesn't sound like, oh gosh, I've got to clean my house. I've got to get ready for a party. No, you're inviting them to have fun. You're inviting them to invite friends over and we're going to have a good time. It's not, I have to clean my house. I have to get my kids out of the house. I got to get my husband out of here. And then you've got to hurry up and be done in 2 hours or else they're going to come home and it's going to be chaos. No, we're inviting them to have an experience and they're going to get free and half price items for it. Do you see how different your words are when you choose your words wisely? If you ask, do you want to book a party? No. I have nothing more to ask because you already said no. Okay, so did you buy everything you wanted? Is a yes or no question. However, there's always a follow-up there. Did you get everything you wanted tonight? No, gosh, no, my husband would kill me. I can't afford all this. Or even if they're not married, they're going to be like, girl, I got rent to pay. I got a house payment to make. I can't buy all this. Well, what if I invited you to have your own blend bash? When do you want to book your blend bash? Don't say party, say blend bash. When would you like to book your Pink Zebra experience? When would you like to book your blend bash? Because then they start thinking and they're like, did I just say I was going to have, did I just say I was going to have a blend bash? What? And then they're like, and then you pull out those envelopes and you say, what day of the week works best for you? Don't say what date. Say what day of the week works best for you. They know on Tuesdays and Thursdays, their kids and their husband are out of the house for football practice or soccer or whatever they've got going on. They know on Monday and Wednesday, the kids have this thing going on. And so the house is going to be kid free. Okay. Or they know they work on these nights and that they'll have, they know their schedule. If you say pick a day of the week or a weekend. And now I always tell people, look, my weekends are slim pickings. So if you need a Friday or a Saturday, we might have to book you out a little bit. I let them know there is a sense of urgency, and my schedules are very tight like that. Weekdays, I can probably get you in pretty quick, but a weekend, forget about it. I got stuff booked. I'm booked out. And when they see that your calendar is booked out without seeing, don't take your calendar. Do not take your calendar. If you take your calendar, guess what? They see date night in there. They see you're going to do this with some friends. They see your personal stuff that you have in your calendar. And they're going to be like, wouldn't you rather make money? No, I have that night booked to go with my friends. That's why you take the envelopes. You take the envelopes. So all they have is what you have. There is no other availability. I'm not going to lie. I don't book parties on Sundays. I don't book parties on Sundays. I have always said this, and I will say this for the rest of my life. Sundays are for Jesus and my family, okay? So y'all ain't going to see Shannon booking a party on a Sunday, okay? It ain't going to happen. I might do festivals on a Sunday because I don't have a choice in that. The festival runs on a Sunday. I have to be there on a Sunday. But if I'm booking a party, not Sunday. Sunday is a day of rest. Sunday is a day for me to chillax and breathe, okay? So if I don't answer my phone on Sunday for some of y'all when you call me, any of you sometimes, usually, don't be mad. But Sundays, ain't gonna happen, okay? And you cannot take a Sunday envelope and just say to them, oh, girl, my Sundays are way booked, because they are for the rest of my life, okay? So maybe you only take Monday through Saturday with you. But if you have those envelopes with dates on the outside of them and have that slip of paper ready to just write it down, you're going to write down their name, phone number, address, and you have to say to them, is this the address we're going to have the party? Because some people say, oh no, we're going to have it at my mother-in-law's, or we're going to have it at my sister's, or wherever. Make sure you get down the address for the party, okay? And the time. And then you're going to do follow-ups with these people. You're going to, leading up to the party, you're going to say, hey, I'm super excited. I placed the order for your blend dash today. Everything's going to be here in a couple of days, la-da-da-da-da, right? And you're going to remind her, hey, are you talking to your friends? Have you sent out text messages? Maybe you need to help her a little bit and say, hey, don't forget, here's your party link. Because remember, you put it down, you saved it, okay? Here's your party link. Make sure that if anybody can't make it to the party, they're shopping on this party link, okay? You still have to do the work ahead of time. You can't just show up and be like, ta-da! Because if you don't coach your hostess, the party ain't gonna happen. You might get lucky and have a hostess that's done this before, and she is really excited to earn a lot of free stuff. But most of the time, you're going to have to encourage them and help them along the way with parties, okay? But if you are asking every single person at the party, and tell your hostess, like, hey, if we get 3 parties booked, I'll give you whatever you want to give them, okay? Because 3 parties booked, that's future revenue for you. If you can get your hostess to help you get those parties sealed, booked in your calendar, you're going to have business coming constantly, nonstop. And then every single one of those hostesses, you're going to say, hey, if we get 3 parties booked, or your goal might only be 2 parties. If we get 2 parties booked at your party, and once the parties are booked, do not, listen to me. listen to me if you heard nothing else. Do not give away booking gifts until the last party that you booked books and holds, okay? Make sure you do not, because learn from my mistake. I did that one time at a party. Everybody booked a party. They were all like, yeah. Guess how many of those parties held? 0. So I gave the girl 2 party gifts because 6 people booked parties and 0 held their party. That was also my friend Missy. I said, Missy, your friends suck. She was like, I'm so sorry. Do you want these back? I was like, no, I don't want 2 half-used jars back. And that was the same party that I had to give away a jar because I didn't ask a girl. But I had 6 bookings supposedly at that party. Some of them are duds, you guys, and some people are liars. Just understand that that is part of the business. But if you get them to commit to their party and they're excited and you get the party link up and running and all the things are going, odds are your parties are going to hold. And just remember, our party links are solid. They're good for 90 days, okay? And then you have to remind your hostess that she has 30 days to use her hostess rewards, okay? Because after that, bye-bye. They're just like Cinderella. Poof, pumpkin. They turn back into a pumpkin, they gone, okay? After 30 days. So I hope this has been helpful. You can book parties from vendor events. You can talk to people about it. If somebody spends a significant amount of money with me, I say to them, wow, you really love this stuff, don't you? And of course they're going to be so excited. And they're like, yeah, I do. This is great stuff. And I'm like, what else did you see here that you really wanted? And they'll be like, oh gosh, I really love that. And I love that. And oh my gosh, this smells great. And that's where you get them. And you say, did you know that I come to people's houses and I set up like a really condensed version of this, and you can like invite your friends over and we can just have fun and, you know, like eat snacks and just laugh and have a good time. And when your friends buy stuff from me, you get free and half price stuff. And they're like, what? Or if there's somebody who says, I just moved to the area, I don't know anybody, but oh my gosh, I wish I could have a party. Have a Facebook party, have a texting party. Yes, they don't get the same experience. No, they don't get to smell product from you right there in person. But if you're in charge of the text party, you can text graphics and you can share things with the people and you can still make the party work. Facebook parties, man, you guys, Facebook parties were so hot several years ago. Why can't we bring them back and make them hot again? Right? We're bringing parties back. What? You know the song. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful for you guys. If there are any questions that you guys have, mark them down here. Let me know. But your party queen here, I'm telling you, parties are not dead. Do not think for a second home parties are dead, because they're not. And I will tell you, I got my home party that I'm doing a week from Friday from a lady who I met at a fundraiser, who I added, she added herself to my Project Broadcast thing, and she reached out to me through the Project Broadcast thing and said, do you do home parties? And I was like, yes. I was like, touchdown Irish. That's my score. Anytime I say touchdown Irish, that means something good happened, just for future reference, guys. But you just never know where you're going to find your next hostess, and your next hostess could turn into your best team member. So keep that in mind, okay? That's my 2 cents. Y'all have a fantastic Tuesday. I'm going to get ready to pack up for another fundraiser. My 2 cents. Bye.